Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is part 2 of the McDermitt trip. So, McDermitt is, well, it's technically in Nevada. I guess, not technically, it is in Nevada. I'm just outside of that in Oregon. You can see way back there. That's Nevada. So, if you didn't watch part 2, or if you didn't watch part 1, go watch part 1. I'm out here with Backcountry with Sean. I'm out here with the Rogue Rockhound, Andrew. It is Memorial Day weekend, and this is our Memorial Day weekend trip. So, out here, agates, jasper, fossils, interesting volcanic rocks, petrified wood, opalized wood, agatized wood, all of those things. We're breaking down camp, and we're going to go hit up an area out here where you can get seam agate, where it's white with like pink seam bits in it. So we're going to go check that out here shortly. We are then going to be rolling north to another spot. But I think this will be pretty good. I have high hopes for this. I mean, all of the material we've already collected has been amazing. There will be a link right there and a link down there to this the previous video. So with that said, we're gonna roll on out and check out this big giant seam agate. I got some big pry bars. I got all the chisels. Got all the stuff. And like I said in the previous video, there will not be GPS to this, but on the website, currently rockhounding.com, there will be a map to the McDermitt loop. And really what you want to do is you want to come out, drive the loop. It's like 25, 27 miles. You can camp anywhere you want. Be mindful of any claims that are out here, claim stakes, things like that. Do your best with that, the best that you possibly can. Go explore. There's cool material everywhere. I mean, I kicked agates aside and some jaspers aside just to set up our tent here. So, yeah, come along, enjoy. All right, so out here, day 2, and there's a couple of agates, like that one right there, that Sean just broke out. That one's really pretty. But you can just see them. They're everywhere, right? Like, let's look at this one over here by my pry bar, or this big pile. We got a big pile of agate here. Some of this stuff seems pretty cruddy and fractured up, but you know, you have pieces like that are pretty nice. It's got nice green bits in it. Very cool. And it just goes and goes. How far did you say that it kind of went? Like, this seems got to be. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I keep following up, and it goes up, and at a certain point right up here, it makes a turn, and it starts going this way. And it goes across the hill this way, and it goes back all across the hill up, and it zigzags back up the hill, and back up the hill, about 200 yards.
You need to stop, though, because you're giving away all of the secret info, and before you know it, there won't be any more agate left for the other people on the internet.
Yeah.
So, you know.
This is all gonna... just pull up another plate or something, and it's all gonna go away tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, all of this. You know, we're gonna come back here with our dump trucks and load up.
Get this up. I need a lever.
15 tons of agate per person, minimum. I'm kidding, obviously. But I am gonna take a couple of nice little pieces for my saw, and that's one of the things that I've learned. You know, it's fun to take big stuff, but it's also a pain to take big stuff if you don't have an appropriate saw. You know, I mean, I like the Rock Rollers Club, but it's inconvenient versus my backyard. So I try to pick stuff that's appropriate for what I have, which I can cut stuff that's like 6.5 inches basically. So nice little cubey blocks is my goal.
You've got the 16-inch, right?
I have a 14.
14. So that chunk that I just pulled up,
yeah.
The reason I banged it because I was trying to show you it is solid agate. This piece is a solid agate without, it's not punky.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's so tinny sounding.
That's all agate. So if we want to hammer this with a cracker and
Yeah.
break it so you get, you know, a chunk or two out of
Mhm.
that's more to fit into your saw.
Yeah, that's probably what I'll do is I'll get a plate like that and I'll break it up.
Yeah.
So
I'm what so last year I found some stuff with red in it here, and it's really elusive, but it's really pretty, really beautiful stuff. The reds are they're stunning.
yeah.
That's all I can tell you. It's like, wow, that really stands out. So that's kind of what I'm looking for.
Awesome. Well, I got to get to work.
Yep.
I gotta pry something out here, huh? The challenges of filming with other people filming.
I know, right?
Andrew, Rogue Rockhound. Obviously, you guys already met Sean, and hopefully you watched the other video. But I got this nice seam right here, and this is about the right size for my saw. I might have to break it down a little bit. And back at the vehicle, I might do some chiseling, but we're also going to do a little bit of, you know, picking up of stuff to trade away, which that's always good. Leica loves drones. That's her favorite thing. Leica. Well, we got a nice, well, check this out. See that plate move? I think that's going to be good. I just got to pop this one-handed. Yeah, why don't you film and it's on, and I'm going to get this out with the 2 pry bars.
Ooh, yeah.
A lot of stuff's so dirty you can't even tell.
Oh, look, you can see that,
Yeah.
that white and red right here. And
Sounds
what
right.
we'll do is we'll take this back to the truck and chisel it and try to break it in half because this is a little too big. And since it is kind of too big, that's the way I want, the way I'm going to go about dealing with this here. Or yeah, I'll carry that back. And then once we stage stuff at the truck, we'll do some chipping and splitting, I think. Oh, that's pretty.
So yeah, I don't know if you
I
want.
think even like this, that little piece kind of came off of that, right? No.
That was
That was already there.
Yeah,
That
that was the
indicator
piece I pulled out and then broke, and then yeah, there's like, if you look at it, so it's agate and then opal.
Mm-hmm. Man, I can't wait to get some of this stuff back and get it all cut up.
Oh,
And we're back to the shop, everybody.
yeah, exactly.
I like that. It looked like a nice little round piece, but it's pretty fractured.
Yeah. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, definitely let's put that in the bucket.
I don't know what's...
Yeah, you got a glimpse there. I mean, the thing's going to all be like that.
It's not too solid, though.
Yeah. Definitely
this
one.
more solid.
That one would be excellent,
This probably looks like this kind of stuff in it.
Yeah. Let's put these 2 in the bucket, and maybe I'll try to find another plate, and like has got her her shade. It's actually not that hot out. She's just a baby. A big baby. Just popped this piece out, which I like that. I think that could be solid. I can cut it. It's exactly what I want. I don't really have many issues with it. So, like, is going to dig herself a little hole to lay in, most likely. So I think some scale is needed, right? So here is an 18-inch pry bar, right? All of this, I can't even frame it properly. All of that is a giant agate, and who knows how far underground it extends. From there to there, that's probably 7 feet. So, I mean, this stuff it's crazy to see this amount of agate here. I mean, people are just like seeing this and they're just chucking it. I mean, I'm kind of chucking it as well. But we got agate, kind of more into some opal, and just, it's crazy. Right here is agate, all the way over to where Sean is, and then probably, what, how much farther? Another
100 yards up this hill.
So, I mean, look at this. I mean, this is so much agate. Maybe what I'll do is I'll make this like the super clickbait video, and I'll be like 500 billion pounds of agate, because that's what you have here.
You could just sit and peel apart plate, dig down a little deeper, peel apart plates.
I mean, who would look at this as the find of the day? I mean, it would be in almost everywhere but here. And it's just it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. Just so wild to see so much agate. It reminds me of Brian's Head in Utah. It really does. Where like everything's agate. That's
Littered.
Yeah, you're just, you know, the stuff that's softball size, you're just like, well, that's scraps. There's no point in taking it when there's stuff that's more suitable to cutting. I mean, I don't know. It's cool. Very cool.
Some of these have these little, little bubbly, orby formations.
Yeah. Yeah.
I made cabochon with one. It looks really pretty with the little white bubblies in it.
Well.
All right, more hunting.
Yeah. I'm almost done. I'm almost good
well,
here.
Trust
I mean,
me, I'm the same way. It's that the elusive red stuff I told you about.
yeah, I mean, I've seen some little pieces of it, but nothing
Yeah.
nothing too significant. I think let's start with this guy here. We'll chisel this a little bit. Too big. Okay. 3-pound hand sledge, a couple of chisels. I like the pointed and the flat. And well, oh, we got some dirt on there. Probably try to split it in the middle like this, because then I can cut it. Yeah, that's actually a little not that great. Here, you can look at that.
It's not splitting very nicely.
No, it's not. This is a good sign, though. This is what you want to do. You don't want something that, you know, isn't very nice on the inside. Come here and get a close-up of this. So, that's not exactly what I'm looking for. I'm going to try to break this thing all the way down, and we'll see how that runs through. Ooh, here we go. Yeah.
Oh.
Lame. Lame. That's not a keeper. Yeah.
Dirt in there.
ancient dirt. Well, there we go. I think this one's going to be good all the way through. This is the right size. I could take this to the Rock Rollers Club. And then some of the other stuff I can all cut on my saw. This is one that Sarah just got out, which I think is going to look really nice. We got some reds in here. So I think this is going to conclude our McDermitt trip here. And we'll take all this stuff back to the shop and get it all nice and cleaned. Got a lot of washing to do, but it should be good. We're going to end up with 4 bins of rock. You guys find any rocks?
I found a rock or two.
That's pretty.
We'll see. See the crack? I don't see it in the bottom, but we'll give it a try. And then I got
Yeah, you got the other stuff.
other stuff, and then let's see what else did I grab today.
looks pretty solid.
Yeah.
That's good.
This is a good chunk. Maybe a crack or two here or there, but I'm going to get some slabs out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And nice mix of colors. And it goes through and through.
Yeah.
Ooh, some dendrites right there.
Well, I think this is going to conclude our McDermitt trip. Thank you, Sean.
You're welcome.
There's going to be
Thanks for joining us.
links down below to Sean and that guy back there. And yeah, we're going to take everything back to the house and back to the shop and do all of the fun cleaning, and we'll actually look at what we got, because so much of it is, well, dirt colored right now. So, well, that was an amazing time out in McDermitt. I have cleaned everything, weighed everything, all of that stuff. You know, we did do some sorting before we left as well. You know, no point in taking something you may not use or want. And I weighed up everything, and we came in at 115 pounds for 3 days and 2 people. That puts us well under our limit, which is awesome. And we got some cool stuff. And I'm already learning some things as I go through the material and do some cutting. But before we look at our specimens that we collected, I just wanted to say how awesome it was to you know, see Sean again. We get to hang out at least once a year on our Memorial Day trip. Meeting Andrew was great, and just overall, it was a blast. Good times. As far as McDermitt goes, the site, you know, I mentioned this in the videos. It reminds me of places like Graveyard Point or Little Glass Butte, where the more you go, you kind of get your bearings on the site, like what is good, because some of the stuff that I'm going to show you maybe doesn't look good on the outside and also doesn't look good on the inside, or the other way around. And you learn as you go, right? Kind of feeling out a spot in the material. So let's look at some of the stuff that we brought back. First off, this guy right here, I picked it up and I thought it was really good. And on the inside, it's less good. You know, it's just kind of cloudy, you know? You have no idea until you start cutting stuff, right? And I did cut a slab off of it, and it does look kind of nice. I mean, it is this kind of milky quartz calcine mix, so less good on that one. Here's some of the petrified wood, and I think that looks cool, really cool. It's kind of hard to tell here in the light, but that black right there, that's like a streak of calcine, and you know, very awesome. And I cut a slab of it, and I think it looks really, really good. I mean, that's very obviously wood, right? Now, similarly, right, this agate here, which kind of looks like that one, you know, we do have some more colors and stuff on the outside. Well, obviously, this also got cut. And this one is quite cool on the inside, I think. Like, it's got all kinds of different blooms and streaks and nice pattern to it. So, first off, I cut, like, the rough end off. You know, it was, like, out to here. And I cut that off, and I was like, it's not that great. And then I cut a slab off of it. And one thing that Sean told me, which I was like, I don't know. Like, I guess, sure, why? I have no reason to question him, but it just seemed not reasonable at the moment for some reason. And he was like, oh, as you cut into some of the seam agates that you get out there at McDermitt, they can get better and better on into the middle. And I think we're seeing that here with you know, this slab where we have some like white blooming, more clear pockets, streak of calcine going through it with like some red encroaching on the outside. Like, I think this is good looking. I think this one's a winner. We do have that little hole, but you know, if you're getting stuff out of this, it doesn't really matter. I do think on a number of these there's some fractures, but it doesn't seem to go that far into the material, which is interesting. You know, and two of the other kind of good agates I want to cut is this one. I think this is going to have a bunch of red and blooms on the inside. If we get this guy wet, I think it's going to look really awesome on the inside. Same thing with this one. I think this one here is going to also look really cool when I cut it. I have high hopes for this one. So that's kind of, I think, a decent representation of the agate that we got and some of the petrified wood. There's, of course, like another piece of agate here, which I think could also be pretty good. The fossils. So we didn't pick up much of the fossils, but here is one of the plates, and you can see the kind of the banding in it. But what we have here is some type of grass that laid down on like a, you know, body of water in sediment on the bank type of thing, and have that impression. So interesting plant fossils. Don't necessarily think it's super awesome. I mean, I'm also not a big fossil guy, but there's that. Next we have some of the, you know, chert jasper material, which I haven't been able to spend a whole lot of time researching, but it's clearly one of those. And, you know, chert and jasper are very close to each other. And I think that's what we have here. Well, I'm very, very confident. And it also came in some seams, which are also pretty fun, which you saw. Here's one of those seams with that kind of like rhyolite on the outside and just like the whole core. I think this stuff is kind of cool because I can probably cut this on my trim saw. And, you know, it's not always fun to fire up the big oil slab saw. So I can cut some pieces out of this, do different things. I could, you know, easily cut slabs out of this. And I think I might do some of that because that's about the size of most cabs that you would ever want to make. So that's also a good one. We have some more interesting pieces here with like this big seam agate, which is another one that I think would be fun to cut up, or maybe just make some specimens, like do an angle cut on it and then polish that. I know there's nicer material out there. We didn't do any thunder eggs. We didn't really go for any of the rhyolite, but you know, it's such a big place. It really reminds me of Glass Butte, like where there's just so much material, so much to look at, and you go there multiple times and you start to learn and feel it out and get better and better. Well, thanks for coming along, everybody. I appreciate you. I would highly recommend Little Glass, or well, not Little Glass, but I would highly recommend McDermitt Loop. Go out and do some exploring, and have a good day, everyone. Have fun. Thank you so much for watching my entire video. If you like the content that I'm producing here on this channel and you want to support the content even further, you can do so by becoming a channel member by hitting the join button down below. The membership comes with a growing library of exclusive videos and just great other extra content. So just follow the links down below, and I will see you on the next video.